Okay, so this is the last of the chapter 4 notes. So at the end of this, you will have everything that you need to study. So, all right, let's start with the verb teas. Let's go here. Okay, so first verb. Let's go with this. Is the verb lernen. Everybody try that one. Lernen. What do you think it means? To learn. Yep. It also means to study. Like you're studying for a test, that kind of study. There's another verb in German called studieren. And studieren means you're studying it at like a college, like you're majoring in it. It's your field of study. So it's a very intense thing. But if you're just studying for like a test or you're learning it initially, so everything in high school you'll use lernen. Studieren is only when you're talking about college level stuff. And then it's not just like a one night or a 1 week thing. It's your whole course of study. Does that make sense, the difference? Okay. So this is a nice normal verb. So how would you conjugate it for ich? Lerne. So everybody try. Ich lerne.
Ich lerne.
Okay. What about du? How would you conjugate it for du? Lernst. Good. Everybody, du lernst.
Du lernst.
Is yes and man? Lernt. Good. Everybody. Lernt. That's an R, not a V, for all of these, just in case that's not obvious. Okay. What about wir? Lernen. Everybody try it. Wir lernen.
Lernen.
Okay. So wir lernen Deutsch. Yay. Okay. What about ihr? Lernt. Everybody, ihr lernt. Good. And Sie? Lernen. Everybody, Sie lernen.
Sie lernen.
Good. Okay. There we go. Okay, so next verb we will do is this one. Okay, you've seen this one before. How do you say this one? Bekommen. Everybody, bekommen. What does it mean? Do you remember? It's not to become. No, it's a false cognate. Yeah? Remember, when we had this one before, it was asking something like, Was für eine Note bekommst du? To get or to receive, richtig. When you're talking about grades, what grade are you getting? That thing. Wow. That was a lovely E. Okay, this one conjugates nice and normally as well. So ich, what? Bekomme. Everybody, bekomme. What about du? Yeah, everybody, du bekommst. Sie, es, ein Mann? Bekommt. Good. Everybody, bekommt. Good. Okay. What about wir? Bekommen. Everybody, wir bekommen. Ihr? Bekommt. Yep. Everybody, ihr bekommt. Good. And Sie? Good. Everybody, Sie bekommen. Moving on. Next one. Okay. Last verb for today. Let me try that one. Brauchen. That's a good phlegmy one. Okay, so brauchen. Everybody know what it means? Bringen is to bring. What is it? To need. Sehr gut. Yep, we used that one last week when we were practicing accusative and stuff. Okay, so how do you conjugate it for ich? Nice normal. Brauche. Everybody, ich brauche.
Ich brauche.
Du? Brauchst. Everybody, du brauchst.
Du brauchst.
Ja, Sie essen Mann? Braucht. Everybody, er braucht.
Er braucht.
Wir? Brauchen. Everybody, wir brauchen.
Wir brauchen.
Ihr? Braucht. Yep, everybody, ihr braucht.
Ihr braucht.
And Sie and Sie? Brauchen. Good. Everybody, Sie brauchen.
Sie brauchen.
So remember, when we're doing accusative stuff, for these verbs, everything that you study, everything that you get, everything that you need, all of those things are going to be an accusative. Okay. All right, moving on. Now for the stuff. Okay. Today's kind of a mishmash. A lot of random things. Okay? It's kind of just filling in the rest of the chapter here. Okay. So how would you ask, what do you need? What do you need? What's your first word going to be? Was? Now remember, the do and the need are all in the verb to need. So it's one word in German. It's not two different ones. Brauchst. Yeah. And then? Du. Good. Everybody. Was brauchst du?
Was brauchst du?
That's a you. Okay. If you're going to say, I need a pen. I need a pen. What's your first word?
Ich
Mm-hmm. Next word?
brauche.
Brauche. Stop and think the rest of the way through. A pen. How do you say pen? Kuli. Good. Is that der, die, or das normally? Der. Good. Okay. Is a pen, is that going to be nominative or accusative? Accusative. Yeah, right, because it's the thing that you need. So it's the thing that's needed. So therefore, it's accusative. It's the direct object. Okay. But we said instead of the. So we're not going to use a der word. Yep. So accusative and an ein word. That's masculine, so einen Kuli. Good. How would you ask, who is your female German teacher? What's your first word going to be? Wer. Good. And this will be useful for your skits, so I'll make sure you know this one. Next word. So who is your female German teacher? Ist. Mm-hmm. Dein is your base word. Yep. Are we going to add an ending to it? Why deine? It's a female German teacher. Yep, so it's a D word. Okay. In this case, the female German teacher is the main subject, so it's nominative. Wouldn't make a difference if it was nominative or accusative. It would still add that E. Okay. Now to say German teacher, you take the word for German, and you take the word for female teacher, and you shove them together. It's one long word. So how would you say German teacher? Deutsch for German. And Lehrer is masculine. What do you need to add to it? Ein, Deutschlehrerin. There you go. One word. Yep, if you separate them, you're actually saying who is your German teacher who is or who is your teacher who is German. Because then you're describing the kind of teacher, not the subject area. Does that make sense? So it's all one word. So who is your... It's female. So if you're going to ask who is your female Fayed teacher, how would you ask that? Wer ist deine? How do you say Fayed or gym? Sportlehrerin. Yeah. So and Sportlehrerin is one word. But if you're going to ask who is your math teacher, but a male this time? Wer ist dein instead of deine, because it's a guy this time instead of a girl. So just dein. So wer ist dein? Mathematik or Mathe, either way. Lehrer, and that's one word. Mathelehrer or Mathematiklehrer. Does that make sense? Yeah? Nein? Vielleicht, maybe? Okay. Good. Moving on. Let's see. Wow. Good. Come on, eraser. It's not going to let me. Du. Technology is awesome until it's not. Okay. Okay, everybody try that one. Du hast recht.
Du hast recht.
Okay. In German, they don't say you are right. They say that you have right. You have rightness. You have correctness. Okay, so you wouldn't say du bist recht. You would say du hast recht. So this means you are right. And a random phrase that this chapter has decided that you need to know. Okay, so this random phrase that the chapter decided is very, very important. Okay? Wie sagt man the computer? Okay, something computer. Der Computer, gut. So der Computer is? Mm-hmm. Good. Gut. And the last word is the word you don't know. Maybe I'll try that last word. Genug. Do you know what it is?
Is it enough?
Enough. Yeah. So what does that mean? The computer is good enough. Yeah. Yeah, right? It's the reason why we're already looking at new books for future years. Alright. More random words and phrases. Woohoo! And we're going to fill that in with conjugation here in a second. How would you conjugate that verb? What are we going to add to it for the do form? ST. Yeah, good. Because it was do. Good. So everybody try that one. Meinst du? Okay. Do you think so? Or you think so? Okay. So maybe if somebody does come up to you one day and German tells you the computer is good enough, you can now respond. Meinst du? It's actually a far more important phrase than the computer being good enough, but, you know. Another essential phrase. Not really at all. But another one that's going to appear. A couple things here. Try the first word. Ohne. Rechner. What does Rechner mean? Calculator, yeah? Gates. Now I'll try it again. Gates. Nicht. Ohne means without. Without a calculator, it won't work.
That's how it means.
That's what it means. Without calculator, go it not, literally, but yeah. Won't work without a calculator. Maybe the math problem is hard or something. For some reason, this book continues to use something like that. So, ohne Rechner geht's nichts, or ohne Freunde geht's nichts. Without my friends, it won't work. So it's a phrase that they use frequently in the book for whatever reason. Alright. Random vocabulary, but this time it's more relevant. Yay! Or at least more helpful. Try that one. Nervös.
Nervös.
What does that mean?
Nervous.
Nervous. It'd be really funny if it meant something entirely different.
Make it a completely different meaning than what it looks like.
Yeah. Like gift. Next one. You've seen this in your role play assignment. Okay. How do you say that one? Schwer. Good. Difficult or hard. Mm-hmm. It also means heavy. Like, oh, you know, mein Kuli is so schwer, my pen is so heavy, or something like that. But in this case, when we're talking about it, we're talking about classes and difficulty level and stuff like that. So it means hard and difficult. Yeah. Then leicht is the opposite. Everybody try that one. Leicht. Okay, so that means easy or simple. Not to be confused with Licht. Licht is light. Okay, leicht is easy, simple. Okay. So close to having perfect timing on this next phrase. That's an E. Try that one. Es klingelt. Anybody know this one? Randomly? It is ringing. Like the bell is ringing. So close. About 30 seconds off from having perfect timing on that one. Okay. So es klingelt essentially means that there's some sort of bell ringing. It could also be your alarm, something like that. Okay. Alright, and the last part of things, and we've done this before, but I want to put it up there again, for possessives. And so these are the possessives. So these words use the same endings as ein words. Really good at Englishing. Okay. Now it's important to note that you're not going to take away from these words. So some of them end in an ER, for example, and eventually ER is going to be an ending that you would be adding. So you're not going to take away from these things. You're going to add to these words. So these are the possessives like my. How do you say my? Mm-hmm. Mine? Mine? Yeah. Okay, so you could have mine, meine, meinen. Yeah. How do you say your, like the do form? Like, so one person that you know. Dein. Yeah, a lot of quiet voices today. So dein. So you could have dein, deine, deinen. And these are the ones that we don't practice very often. So you've seen this one before. We've talked about it as a possessive, but it also is the verb. So sometimes that can get confusing. Okay, so sein, do you remember what it means? Other than the verb? Other than the verb? So, that's the verb. So like mine, yours, ours, one of those. His, good. Okay, so sein, seiner, seinen. Ihr, in addition to meaning y'all, is a possessive. That means hers. It also means theirs. Now, sein also means its. If you capitalize that ear, what do you think that one means? What's the only one that we capitalize for pronouns? The formal. So it's your formal. Unser, our, or ours. And the last one, euer, which means y'all's. So many apostrophes. So it's your, but plural. Okay. So for that one, for example, if I was talking to all of you, I'm on a first name basis with you. So I would use an informal, but there's more than one of you. So I would say, y'all's homework. So, euer Hausaufgaben, instead of just deine Hausaufgaben. If I said deine, that means only one of you has homework. Make sense? Okay. Gut. Fragen?
Nothing.
Gut.